Hey, in today's video, I want to talk to you on ways you can easily get at least 140 grams of protein per day. Because you hear all the time, right? You need at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You need 1.8. You hear all these numbers, right? And sometimes it's hard to get that amount. But in this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to make it more easily attainable. And at the end of this video, I will give you what I eat in a week and about how much protein it is and the cost as well. I do want to point out though that I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian. These are just a few tips from my experience that I thought I would share with you. Let's start off the video with how much protein. There's a really good video by Institute of Human Anatomy that talks about how much protein you actually need, and I'll put the link down in the description below. It's a really specific and in-depth video that goes from 0.8 grams all the way up to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. They use kilograms instead of pounds. But for time's sake, I just want to talk about the middle part where they discuss the 1.4 up to the 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram. This area, they talk about it being kind of the sweet spot, right? Where you maintain your muscle and you can start to even build muscle, starting around the 1.6 to 1.8 grams of protein. The thing that I like about this video is that they talk about the protein content in kilograms instead of pounds. Let's discuss the pounds real quick. When I was first starting my fitness journey and I was looking up how much protein to eat, they say, oh, you need to eat 1.2, 1.4 grams per pound of body weight. And some of them were even transferring it to 1.6, 1.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I weigh 188 grams. Let's do 1.4 grams of protein per pound of body weight and let's see what we get. Okay, so 1.4 times 188. That's 263 grams. So can you imagine starting on your fitness journey and you hear 263 grams? That sounds like way too much. Another thing that's good to know about protein is that 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So if I'm eating 263 grams of protein per day, I end up eating over 1,000 calories. So let's transfer it to kilograms instead. I will do the upper limit. Instead of 1.4, I'm going to do 1.8 grams per kilogram of my body weight, which in kilograms, my body weight is 85. 1.8 times 85 is 153 grams. When you convert from pounds to kilograms, it sounds a lot more attainable than eating 263 grams of protein per day. Because remember, you want to eat 80 to 90% of 153 grams being from actual food, not from supplements. But in this video, I'm not here to talk about how much protein you need to eat. I want to talk to you guys about tips on how to get to those actual numbers that's over 140 grams of protein. The main source that you're going to get your protein from, it's obviously meat. We have chicken, fish, beef, pork, and turkey. And when you hear chicken, you'll hear everybody talk about, oh, you can only eat the chicken breast. You can't eat any of the other ones because chicken breast is the leanest part. Unless you're doing a bodybuilding show, you don't need to eat just chicken breast. Now, does that mean that you can eat chicken thighs and chicken legs and only eat the fatty parts of the chicken? No, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you go straight into eating chicken breast and you're just starting on your fitness journey, chicken breasts are not the tastiest things in the world, I promise you. But there are some ways to make chickens tastier. For me personally, what I do is I buy rotisserie chicken each day and I make it last about 2 meals. And then of course with chickens, you also have the egg part. So you can eat whole eggs or you can also eat liquid eggs. If you have time to cook in the morning, eggs are a really good option. For me, I don't have time. What I do is I have a protein shake. The next meat option that we have is turkey. Turkey, just like with any meat, has different types of leanness to it. On turkey, I eat about 85% leanness. And when I eat turkey, I eat the turkey burgers. And sometimes I alternate turkey burgers with beef burgers, which is what I want to talk about next.
We got beef?
Beef is very tricky because you want to make sure that you get the leanest cut possible. The leaner the beef is, the more expensive it is. However, the less expensive it is, the higher in fat it is. And the problem with beef is that the higher in fat, the higher in saturated fat it is as well. When I buy beef, I try to get 85 to 90% lean because of the saturated fat. The next meat option is, of course, pork. The thing about pork, though, is it's similar to beef in that it has a lot more fattier options compared to things like chicken and turkey. Then you also have things like fish, where the fattier options are actually good because they have a lot of omega-3s in them. I don't eat a lot of fish. My main sources of protein are chicken, turkey, and beef, only because the fish is kind of expensive. If you're watching this video and you happen to be a vegetarian, there's also tofu. I personally don't eat tofu, but tofu for vegetarians is going to be your main protein source. That brings me to tip number 2, which is eating things that aren't meat that also have a high protein intake, and this could be good for vegetarians as well. Some of the options that you have that are high in protein but aren't meat are things like beans, lentils, quinoa, nuts, and chickpeas. These are good things to add to the side of your meal so that they increase your protein content. Instead of having something like chicken and rice, you have something like chicken and beans or chicken and lentils. And then chickpeas and nuts are really good options to snack on. However, the thing with nuts, you want to make sure you don't overeat them. They are higher in fat, which compared to the protein, that is 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. Fat is 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. If you're eating things like almonds, cashews, which are higher in fat, that can increase your calorie content if you're trying to lose weight. So after adding sides to your meal that have a higher protein content, you can also supplement with protein as well. I actually made a video on 6 common protein powders and which one, in my opinion, I thought was the best out of all of them. The most important thing to know about protein powders, though, is that they are a supplement. They are not to replace any real food that you eat.
That's not allowed.
For me, when I have protein powder, I have 2 scoops per day. A lot of these tips are pretty simple, but it may resonate with you. And if you do find this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe so that you keep getting more videos like this. So those are our protein sources. Let's talk about how to fit them into our day. If you've ever had a trainer before, they generally say you need to eat 5 to 6 meals per day. Not necessarily. What you can use the 5 to 6 meals per day, though, is you can use it to add more protein into your day. The key, though, is that you want to have protein in every single meal, maybe about 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. If I just eat 25 grams of protein 6 times a day, that ends up equaling 150 grams of protein. Eating 5 to 6 meals a day is good for a lot of people because they tend to not be able to eat big meals. Protein is very satiating and makes you feel full for longer. So if you're eating 2 or 3 meals a day and you have to eat 150 grams of protein, only fitting that amount in 2 to 3 meals might seem impossible to a lot of people. The last option that you can do to set up your meals is that you can cook all your protein on one day. This is called meal planning. And I know a lot of people, when they think you have to cook the entire meal. I don't do that. I cook the protein all on one day, and then things that are easier to cook, such as vegetables, I cook them the day of because they don't take as long as cooking the meat. Now that we've gotten all the tips out of the way, I'm going to tell you what I eat in a week and the cost per month that I tend to spend on protein. For dinner, what I buy is frozen turkey burgers and beef burgers. Those together end up costing about $30 and they last me a week. As I mentioned before, for lunch I eat a rotisserie chicken. That lasts me about 2 days and that costs about $24 per week. For breakfast, I drink a protein shake. The protein powder is the thing that I spend the most amount of money on, which ends up being about $39 to $49 per 2 weeks. But each day I end up getting at least 150 grams of protein per day. And the cost just on the protein totals up to about $364 per month.
Nice.
Granted, that's just the protein part. I didn't add up the other things I buy, like the fruits and vegetables. But $364 per month for only protein is pretty good. Thank you guys so much for watching the video.